Namaskar, a very warm welcome to one and all to the inauguration of the grand finale of the software edition of the Smart India Hackathon 2020. A very warm welcome to all our dignitaries, as well as all the participating students, mentors, and everybody else. We're very happy with us to have as chief guest for today's program, Mr. Ramanan Ramanathan. He's the mission director of Atal Innovation Mission and additional secretary of the Niti Aayog, Government of India. We also have with us senior representatives from the companies, the sponsoring companies from where we have our problem statements, CDK Global India, Mix.org Consulting Services, and MathWorks Education India. We also have with us Advocate S.K. Jain, Chairman of the Managing Council of Shikshan Prasarak Mandali, as well as the Chairman of the Local College Development Committee of V School. And we have with us the head of the Nodal Center, Group Director of V School, Professor Dr. Uday Saranke. Once again, welcome all of you. This is an exciting time of the year when young students from different parts of the country get together along with mentors and dabble in innovation and as well as design thinking and problem solving, which helps society, which helps industry, and of course it helps their own lives. And when I think about this process of the hackathon, what comes to my mind is the metaphor of the Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan in mythology, of course, is churning, and we are churning as well. Unlike mythology, there are not opposing teams, but of course, everybody in this process together, whether it is young talent, whether it is their mentors, and most importantly, the institutions that are backing this process. And like the Manthan, I'm sure in this as well, we will find treasures from the ocean. And these treasures could be in the forms of skills and opportunities, entrepreneurship, and social impact. And of course, we must be prepared that Manthan cannot be a 3-day affair, but it is a quest, a lifelong quest. And I hope all the young students who are participating in this get excited and take this upon as a lifetime journey. And of course, be prepared, just like in the Manthan, nectar and poison both can come out of the ocean. In our case, it can be trials and tribulations as well, along with the successes. But I'm sure that will make our journey much more fruitful. So on that note, we'd like to inaugurate this workshop, this hackathon, by virtually lighting the lamp. I request our chief guests and all our dignitaries to touch the screen and light the lamp. We'd like the virtual lamp to come on screen, please.
Should we touch the screen now?
Yeah, I think you touch the screen and we'll assume that yes, it is lighted.
Okay.
Okay, everybody touch the screen, maybe pray almighty, that's fine.
We saw you immediately, so it has been lighted.
Yes. It's eternal in nature. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'd now like to invite Professor Dr. Uday Saranke to share his opening remarks. And before that, just a brief introduction. Dr. Saranke is the Group Director of Wellington Institute of Management. He's the recipient of the prestigious Eisenhower Fellowship USA. His Passion for leadership, design thinking, and innovation has helped V School carve itself a niche in the space of management education. He's actively associated with universities and educational bodies at the national and international level to improve the quality of management education. He's part of FICCI Higher Education Committee and has chaired the ASSOCHAM's National Council on Education as well as CII's Subcommittee on Education. I request Professor Dr. Uday Salunke to share his opening remarks.
Thank you, Swar, for the generous introduction. Good morning to our honorable chief guest, Ramnan Ramanathanji, and our chairman, Advocate S.K. Jain sir, Murli Krishna ji from CDK Global, Dhruv Singh from Mix Off Consulting, Chandan Pramanik from MathWorks, my colleagues, Professor Pense, Professor Vaishali, Swar, and everyone, the team SIH from our side, and all faculty members, staff members, students who are watching this live. And the most important, the participants, 210 participants and their mentor teams, so close to about 280 team members all across the country. Good morning and welcome to you all. This is wonderful and I'm extremely excited because we are hosting this hackathon for the 4th time. And maybe we are one of the very rare business schools out of 5,000 business schools who's participating and actively being a nodal center for the last 4 years. And otherwise, there are engineering colleges, there are universities, but business schools haven't yet picked up the trick of hackathon point of view, but I'm indeed very happy. And the first and foremost in this, I must say that hackathon being a wonderful learning for us in the last 4 years. But prior to that, we had a bit of exposure with MIT Media Lab of Boston. With MIT, we started in 2014 with 5 nights, 6 days kind of hackathon. And also with Tel Aviv University as our partner university. And then multiple such kind of hackathon point of view we did. And that gave us a tremendous learning as a V School, as a teams, as an individual as well. Because V School, when you really think of it's a part of we always believe not me, but that we will take us ahead in the journey of design thinking, innovation. And that's what my trust, and I'm sure my chairman will also mention that SP Mandali as well as V School have really got into this thought process and helped us to take a plunge from where we were to where we are. So from the overall transformation point of view, you will really find the aspect of design thinking, innovation will certainly help all the student participants. And I'm sure you will have so much of demand in the marketplace that you need not to go for the placement. I'm sure these 3 companies will obviously offer you such kind of PPOs for placement point of view if you do good. But beyond that as well, you'll find in this COVID-19 era, whatever is happening, such kind of mindset is really required in the market, which is more prone towards problem solving. And my request and suggestion to all the participants, the skill set which the market is looking forward to, it may be from the agility point of view, it may be your exposure as a good team player. And team player is not mere team player working in a very homogeneous or like-minded teams. But you will find you're working in the teams, team members as well in your campuses point of view, which are heterogeneous also in nature with a different skill set. So likewise, I'm sure you will pick up a phenomenal thinking. And our belief also that you tend to learn to work through opposable minds also, because it is not going to be easy. And you already acquired that skill set in last, I'll say, few months while working on these problem statements given to you, the 7 problem statements, 35 teams. And believe me, these problem statements are phenomenal in nature. If you really look at it, those are addressing societal point of view, those are addressing national point of view. I must compliment all the 3 companies who came forward and shared the problem statements. And you'll really find, even though it is virtual in nature, but the smoothness, the streamlining of the entire process being done by MHRD's MIC, the entire team, starting from even the Honorable Minister of MHRD, at the same time, the AICT, as well as the companies and the entire IIC as well, people like Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe from Chairman AICT or Dr. Abhay Jere, everyone. It's absolutely unparalleled. We were not too sure in the beginning, but yes, I think our team is also raring to go. And even V School team, which is shortlisted in terms of this grand finale, is also working with Chandigarh Mohali campus on the Bajaj FinServ problem in terms of how we can get rid of the intermediate insurance agents and let use the technology as a kind of backbone and minimize the hassles, challenges for the customer, for the citizens, at the same time, even reduce the cost, improve the productivity as well. The beauty of this, that today evening, our Honorable Prime Minister, he's also addressing at 5 p.m. The Honorable Prime Minister is taking and inspiring this is August extremely well for this particular process. I'm indeed glad that this will pave way for India as a startup nation. And all this almost close to, I'll say, across the country, more than 10,000, and it has come through at least about few lakh students. This nomination has come through. Will start a different era. It's not only placement driven in the campuses, but definitely startup driven, entrepreneurship driven, and will help us to solve the complex problems of the society and the nation. So let's be together, and all the best to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. We now invite the chairman of the Managing Council of Shikshan Prasarak Mandali, Advocate Somanlal Jain. Sir is a practicing advocate with his own law firm in Pune. He has been the former vice chairman of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. He's on the board of a number of educational trusts. He's president Khadki Educational Society since 1979, Pune Adhibakta Parishad, Niramai Trust, and Dr. Hidgewar Sports Academy. He's also the chairman of the governing council of TJ College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Khadki. He has been a non-executive and independent director at Century & Co Limited since 2009, an independent non-executive director at Century Textiles and Industries Limited since 2014, and the director of Jain International Trade Organization. We invite Advocate S.K. Jain.
Jain sir, you're on mute. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning to all. I welcome Dr. Ramnathanji and all other dignitaries on this occasion. I feel that it is a proud moment for myself individually, Shikshan Prasarak Mandali and V School. As I had been told that this is a hackathon, inaugurations, on the point of solving the problems relating to the cyber, or we can say that IT or other parts are concerned. Let us start this with paying homage to the great Lokmanya Tilak, whose Punyatithi is today. And I think that he, the person who gave us a mantra in all the fields, that Swarajya Maja Janma Siddha Adhikar hai, means to get the freedom is my right. So what is the freedom? It is the freedom to the students to solve the problem independently without looking at others. If anybody will acquire the capacity, understanding, the solving the problems independently or in a group culture without looking at the seniors, then the success will always be there and no obstacles will come in the way. I'm aware that all good dignitaries are concerned. They are going to address, they are going to help, they are going to guide. Let me tell you one thing, that this is a need of the day. When the nation is going under turmoil, or we are facing the problem either because of the COVID or the border problems or the challenges from the international world, then no more I can give the time for just looking at others at the international or national level. So what I feel, and it gives me a pleasure, I feel delighted. We have put the light, but I say that it is a moment of delight because of all these dignitaries who are going to guide the students, who are going to give them an opportunity to listen them, that how to solve the problems. Let me tell you two small things. According to me, life, world, it is nothing but a mathematics. What is mathematics? It is not only 2 plus 2, 4 or 4, 9, 13 or 4, 9, 36. But everywhere, from the start, that is from the time we woke up till we go to the bed, all our times, how to organize, that itself is a mathematics. How to utilize is itself in mathematics. How to utilize for the help of the colleague students, for the family members, for the organizations, or for the students, it is a mathematics. So mathematics is not only the solving the problems, whatever is given in algebra or logarithms or other parts are concerned, but it's a problems which you come across while working in the organizations, and to solve it quickly. To solve the problem quickly means you have to develop the strong common sense. To develop the strong common sense, you have to be a very good reader. You have to be a very good reader, not only yourself in isolations. but you have to be a very good reader in a company with all your colleagues, with all your seniors and everyone, to have a good disciplined life, and thereafter to make all efforts to solve the problem that will help my dear students to you in future. Now, Mr. Dr. Salunke, who is a great entrepreneur who has brought this V school at such a stage that it is one of the important business school in India and at international level. But then what is happening? The person who has brought this much, he should be your ideal, that how you can work even in circumstances which may not be favorable to you. And therefore, I will say that look at him, be disciplined, and after following the discipline, certainly you will have an opportunity. One more thing and last thing is that certainly when a student takes admissions in the B school, he thinks of the placement. But V school has got another motto. That is not an employment seeker only. Yes, if you are getting a placement in the big companies, you must be happy. But you should be more an employer. You should work with the visions that you will have your own entity, you will have your own business, you will have your own industry, you will establish your company, and you will give employment. And therefore, I will say that by this hackathon, by participating in solving the problems, I am no doubt that you will have a success, that one day you, everybody of you, students with all this work, that you will be the persons who will give employment to thousands of people. And the line will start where you were standing. With these few words, I think that I was having a good time. I am having an opportunity. I feel myself to be a proud. And I will say that I'm thankful to the organizers giving me opportunity to share the thoughts. Thank you to all and success to this hackathon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Advocate Jain. We have with us representatives from two companies, the sponsoring companies, who have given the problem statements for this particular nodal center of V School. I invite Mr. Murali Krishna, who is the Senior Manager, Global Infrastructure Services of CDK Global India, to share a few words on this occasion.
Thank you, Professor Swarkranti. It's definitely a proud moment to be as part of the dignitaries here, inaugurating innovation thought process. So CDK Global is a global leader in providing software and digital solutions for the automotive retail industry. With 40 plus years of experience spread across 100 countries and 30,000 plus clients, it's always been a culture of innovation across the organization. So be it hackathons within the organization, within the team, or within the country, right? So the thought process has always been in a process to inculcate the habit of thinking differently and thinking creatively, and always have that innovation process going on across the organization as well as across the country. I'm glad to be part of this particular initiative where Smart India Hackathon is providing the budding minds a platform to bring over their innovation for a common good cause. So I would like to definitely congratulate and share my best wishes with the team to get started with their thinking minds, getting the ideas which is already shared across from the different organizations. So this has been definitely an opportunity for us as well as the teams to see that innovation coming through. So and then coming out with the great ideas to an implementation point. So this has been a journey. So this is my third SIH hackathon initiative that I've been part of. Being as a developer, coming from a developer mindset directly, an engineer is always in heart and mind, which keeps on provoking me to continuously think and learn continuously. So this has been the mantra as I say, that learning is something that we would look at continuously. And this is another area or platform or stage where we learn and start implementing the things. So we start not only come from idea, this is a process from idea to implementation that we would like to see, which is again for a common good cause. I would like to share my wishes and congratulations to the team, and all the best to every team member. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murali Krishnan. I'd now like to invite Mr. Dhruv Singh, Project Manager at Mixor Consulting Services, to share his remarks.
Yeah. Good morning to all. So I will request, could I share my screen to all of you, or is it disabled by the host, I believe? Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, is it there? Yes. Okay. So just a quick, I made it last night. So, just to present it, what we are doing and what we are going from here. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, great. So good morning to all, and thank you, Professor Kranti, for the introduction. Let me just start by congratulating all for being a part of this SIH software, SIH 2020 software edition. Moving ahead, I would like to talk about who we are. So Bixorg, we are a digital company that is bringing the best user experience to its customers through innovative hardware, software, and services. We are making it possible for everybody to build as well as utilize the most advanced applications of computer vision and artificial intelligence in everyday lives. Just let me introduce you all the evaluators for CB31 problem statement, Chetan, Sayam, and I. A disclaimer that these are the before corona photos. We don't like this, we don't look like this anymore. So we are just the tech crazy people, but slightly stupid when it comes to many other things. So you can see on the screen that we go by the motto: the better the questions, the better the answers, the better the world works. Let me tell you a small story. I was talking to one of my friends who works with Elon Musk. Yes, you heard it right, that he works at Tesla. I congratulated them on becoming the most valuable car company in the world. I asked him, what is the secret sauce? His reply was just a very small, sentence that we ask a lot of questions. Asking a lot of questions leverages them to learn more. And as, a couple of minutes ago, Shri S.K. Jainji and Murli said that today you should read more and learn more. I would like to add one more thing, that the learning curve will decide your earning curve. Now comes the most important question of the day: why we are here. It's just not 1 lakh rupee question, but a billion rupee question. Hackathons are no longer just for coders. Companies which are taking part are going far outside the tech world and are using these intense brainstorming and development sessions to stir up new ideas on anything. Thomas Edison once said over a century ago, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. The real innovation challenge lies beyond the idea, in a long, hard journey from idea to impact. We all are engineers, and engineers love challenges. Challenges drive us to challenges drive us to go beyond and comfort zones and come up with innovative solutions. Surmounting engineering challenges require teamwork, and saying goes that a lone wolf perishes, but the pack survives. Today, innovations are all about co-creation, collaboration, and being intensely competitive as a team. A great team ensures that the whole idea is greater than some of its parts. So the innovation teams which are present here for the CDK Global, Mixorg, and MathWorks, you guys should create the right culture for your team members to cultivate the innovation mindsets, which consist of to think different, act different, and achieve extraordinary success. So here is a picture of last year's Hackathon winners, Team Bitwise from VNIT Nagpur, as we are part of software as well as hardware editions from a couple of years ago. So they were relentless in working and won the hackathon by a close margin of couple of scores. Kudos to them. But what happened to the rest of the participants? We are still working with some of the last year's participant teams. They're working either on their project with us or some problem statements which we have given them to solve. One of the students from BITS Pilani created his own startup on time and project management application for universities and for leading industry from the Fortune 500 companies. So we all are winners. Whether your team wins the hackathon or not, keep going, keep pushing your limits, and success will come to you in one or the other ways. Lastly, what is our expectation? So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said that small aim is a crime. Here is a great, have a great aim. The SIH is one of the key enablers to make this leapfrog a possibility. Digital technologies have a potential to cater the country's unique needs and aspirations. I believe that you all are poised and equipped to catalyze this technology-led revolution. I wish you all the best to all the participants to make this a grand success. Thank you all and good day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. I'd now like to invite Mr. Chandan Pramanik. He's the sales director at MathWorks Education India.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Great. I'll just turn on the video. Yeah, I hope you can see me as well.
Yes.
Great. Thank you once again, and a very good morning to everybody. Welcome to Smart India Hackathon, and congratulations to all the students. My name is Chandan, and I'm from MathWorks, an organization deeply invested in the cause of building computational skills among the students in India. Over the last few years, Smart India Hackathon has really grown in scale and scope, solving some of the most challenging problems that we are facing. Now, as you know, India as a country with over 1 billion people also has over 1 million opportunities. But there hasn't been a better time than today when technology is having such a dramatic impact on developing economies like ours. This is because while the cost of technology has fallen significantly, the power of technology has exponentially increased. If I see foundational sectors like, say, healthcare or education or agriculture, or even robust governance, there are tremendous opportunities for India to get into an accelerated mode of economic growth. And I believe that the Smart India Hackathon is indeed a great platform which sort of enables that transformation. Now, from a MathWorks perspective, we are partnering with Smart India Hackathon for the second year. And as you may be aware, MATLAB and Simulink tools, they play a very significant role in helping modern day educators to design curriculums which promote the building of computational problem solving skills, like fundamental skills, just like mathematics or physics. And our sponsorship is backed by the firm belief that these are the skills which are needed to build an ecosystem which fosters research, innovation, and entrepreneurship in India. And it is not only Smart India Hackathon, MathWorks is also actively promoting other student competitions like Baha, Essay India, Supra, Essay India, Robocon, Formula Bharat, and our own MathWorks mini drone competition. You can check our website for more information. This year, we had submitted 2 socially relevant problems, one in hardware, the other one in software category. In the software category, it's renewable energy forecasting for an integrated smart grid. And in the hardware category, it is smart traffic monitoring and controlling. I also want to mention one important point here that our jury would be looking into the practicality of the solution and the overall approach to the problem. So high weightage would be given to the point of how practical the solution is, and if it can be really further developed and maybe potentially deployed in future. And I think AICT is also looking towards a similar approach. The other point that I want to stress upon is that winning is good, but each one of you solving problems for a country is actually a winner in many ways. I also would like to highlight that this is just not a platform to sort of showcase your engineering and technical talent. Today, just a degree or high percentile is not enough. and having spent 19 years in corporate, I can vouch that soft skills like communication, team skills, networking are all very important. So this is also a great platform for all of you to network, to interact with each other. This platform also brings together numerous students, faculty, venture capitalists, industry experts together from different domains and different geographies. So please utilize and whatever extent possible in this virtual environment, build your connections. In fact, I'm happy to note that last year the winners were from Shiv Nadar and NIT Silchar, and one of the winner was offered internship in MathWorks and was eventually placed in MathWorks. So to sum it all, I look forward to an exciting and disrupting ideas from you. And with that, I wish all the teams very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pramanik. We are now eager to listen to our chief guest for today's program, and I'd like to introduce Mr. Ramanan Ramanathan. He is the Mission Director of Atal Innovation Mission and Additional Secretary, Niti Aayog, Government of India. He has been instrumental in the launch and execution of several nationwide initiatives, resulting in 102 Atal Incubation Centers fostering startups, 10,000 plus Atal Tinkering Labs in 650 districts, and which has helped 2 million students to have access to innovative tools and technologies like 3D printers, robotics, miniaturized electronics, and do-it-yourself. He was previously Managing Director and CEO of CMC Limited, a subsidiary of Tata Consultancy Services. He led CMC's rapid transformation from a domestic government organization to a global IT private sector organization. Some of his positions include Senior Vice President of Tata Consultancy Services, Board Member of the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, Board Member of the Defense Innovative Organization. His educational background is a BTech degree from IIT Bombay. We invite Sri Ramanan Ramanathan.
Thank you, Professor Swar, for this very generous words. Good morning to respected Dr. Jain, Dr. Salunke, the fellow panelists who have just spoken in front of me, my dear young students who are all eager to get on with the hackathon, teachers, mentors, principals, faculty, all of you who have played an instrumental role in being able to devise and to be able to run a system which is very, very important for our country. I hope every one of you is safe and sound in the confines of wherever you are, at your home, in your residence, or at your workplace, following all the safeguards that need to be practiced during these very difficult times. The COVID-19 is an unprecedented occurrence in the history of mankind. A simple virus has paralyzed nations across the world. It has disrupted supply chains. It has created national lockdowns. It has prevented thousands or millions of migrant workers from our country who are dependent on their daily food to be able to go to work in a safe manner. Not only has that all of these challenges been thrown to us, but also in a post-COVID-19 world, it has raised many, many important questions. The number of challenges that are there in front of us to be solved. How do you deal, for example, with the problems of climate change that are still to occur? How do you deal with the fact that nations are all becoming more self-reliant in their thinking? How do you prevent such disruption in supply chains? But what has been very heartening also during this period of time has been the tremendous impact that technology and digital transformations have had in being able to ensure that the lives of the people are not so much interrupted as it would have been maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago. We are all today in the COVID-19 times adapting and pivoting and innovating to come to a better world. And that is how you are having now a virtual hackathon, the Smart Hackathon 2020, an improvisation from the previous years that you conducted. And why is innovation, why is entrepreneurship, why are hackathons so very important to every one of you? Let me delve a little bit on that. We are a country of 1.3 billion people. We have 1.4 million schools. We have 10,500 engineering and related institutions, more than 5,000 business schools. We have 39,000 colleges. and we have 150 million young students like you entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years. We are having the hopes of a billion people riding on that you are going to be the architects of new India. You are going to create the new India of your dreams and fulfilling the dreams of those who depend upon you. And therefore, you have an opportunity not just to become one of the people looking for a job. You should be the architects of solving problems in and around this community that you live in the country that you live in the world that you live in. You have the opportunity to become an innovator. You have the opportunity to become a job creator. We should not be just job seekers. Why? 15 years ago, one would not have thought that this should be the aspiration of every youngster like you, who are going to a wonderful institute like WE School, who has had the benefit of great education, who has had the opportunity that only maybe 250 million people in this country have. You see, we are still a country where 22% of our country is below the poverty line. 44% of our country is agri-economy based. We have 715 districts in our country, out of which 115 are aspirational districts. Now, what's an aspirational district? It's the district which is in the bottom of the pyramid in terms of basic access to healthcare, education, affordable housing, clean drinking water and sanitation, waste management. These are all major issues in these aspirational districts. We have 1 in 5 infant mortality, 1 in 3 stunting, 1 in 5 maternal mortality in all of these aspirational districts. We have problems in affordable housing, clean drinking water and sanitation. And therefore, it is upon you, all of you youngsters, to see how you can put the shoulder to the wheel as a job creator, as an innovator, as a problem solver. And that is why the Atal Innovation Mission has been formed by the Honorable Prime Minister under the auspices of the Niti Aayog. And I feel very lucky to be associated with it as the first mission director of this particular initiative. The focus of the Atal Innovation Mission is how do you first and foremost create a culture of innovation in every young student, the demographic dividend that we talk about. We have 65% of our country under 35 years old. And you are part of that youthful energy, that youthful force that is going to transform not only this nation, but the rest of the world. You have to be filled with that aspiration that Steve Jobs talked about. You want to leave a ding in the universe. Now, how do you leave a ding in the universe? By creating something that will have an impact on your society and on your country. And how do you do that? You have to adopt and you have to cultivate in you a culture of innovation, a culture of problem solving, a culture of innovative thinking. You have to allow the innovator in you blossom and express itself through solving problems. That is the opportunity in front of you. As one of the speakers said, we are a country with a billion people and a million challenges. But how do you convert these million challenges into million opportunities? Million opportunities for startups, for entrepreneurs, for job creation, for economic prosperity, and for social good. That is the opportunity in front of you. And that is why such a hackathon is important. At the Atal Innovation Mission, we have launched thousands of tinkering labs at the school level. We want our school children to develop an innovative mindset. We are exposing them through these tinkering labs to the latest of technologies, 3D printers, robotics, IoT devices, miniaturized electronics, augmented virtual reality through do-it-yourself kits. Now, how is this possible? It's possible because technology has become advanced, affordable, accessible, and available. You are able to implement all of these technologies in a school for less than 20 lakhs per school. And that's what the government is doing. Today, we have launched over 10,000 tinkering labs, of which 5,100 are fully operational, in which grade 6 to grade 11 students, grade 6 to grade 12 students are getting exposure to all of these technology innovations and through several challenges that we throw. Atal tinkering challenges at a school level, Atal Tinkering Fest at a regional level, Atal Tinkering Marathons at a national level, students like you are actually creating innovations. They are not just writing on paper what an innovation and idea is all about. They are creating prototypes of innovations. And that is the transformation that is needed. Every young student in a school today is transforming from a rote learning mindset that we have all been focused on. We've all been focused on, let's get good marks, go into a good university, get good marks again, go into a university abroad, get good marks again, and get into a good job from TCS, from MathWorks, and so on. Sorry, I don't want to say that you should not join any of these companies, but I'm saying we have all been aspiring to become job seekers. But can we transform ourselves to become job creators? Because India needs thousands of wonderful job creators. And like I said, you have the innovator in you. You're a born innovator. When you got up, when you were born, did anyone teach you how to stand? No. But you looked at the world around you, you stood up, you fell down, you stood up again, you fell down again. But every time you stood up, you innovated. And because of your innovation, you were able to not only stand, but you were able to walk. You are participating in races. Some of you are winning national events, and a few of you will go to the Olympics. Now, that is the power of innovation. That is what you have inside you. Did you know how to speak? No. But you watch the world around you. You have the most supreme intelligence in your mind. Today, we are talking of artificial intelligence, which is trying to understand how the human brain works. But you were able to look at the world around you, see lips moving, see sounds coming out, put two and two together, tried it, improvised, innovated, and started speaking. And now, lo and behold, you're an eloquent speaker. Now, that is something that is there in you. Somewhere in our educational system, we think that we are no longer innovators and that innovation is a part of some genius thinking. But like Thomas Alva Edison said, and one of the speakers said, we are inspiration is only 1% of innovation. 99% of it is perspiration. So you need to be able to believe that you are capable of innovating and you have to start innovating. And that is what this hackathon brings an opportunity for you to do. At the university level, we have launched hundreds of incubators, world-class incubators. Now, what does an incubator do? They foster startups. So if you acquire a problem-solving, innovative mindset, by participating in this hackathon itself, you have started on your innovation journey. And then you go and attach yourself to an incubator. An incubator provides you that cover, that help, that support that is needed in order to eliminate the various valleys of death in which a startup can fall. At crucial times, an idea needs to be supported with financial support, with mentoring support, with venture capital support, with HR support, with business planning and strategy support. And that is what these incubators would do. So I look forward to the day when every university worth its repute has a world-class incubator in it. I would urge WE School to have a world-class incubator if they don't already have one. The Atal Innovation Mission has launched more than 100 incubators, and all of them are operational in the last 2.5 years. 1,500 startups have come out of these incubators just in a period of 2 years. That shows the power of the demographic dividend. These are all students like you who have launched on this irreversible, pleasurable journey of innovation and creation of something. And the third thing that is very important for every one of us is how do we respond to the challenges that are there out in the world, in the country, national challenges and industry challenges. You need economic growth as well as you need societal good. And therefore, these hackathons are opportunities. And this is a great opportunity for industry and academia to come together to launch challenges which are meaningful and which need to be solved. And therefore, the hackathon is such an important thing for every one of you to participate. It is not important for you to win it. Once the challenge is there, we need thousands of solutions for those challenges. You don't have to worry whether you're going to be a winner or not. You're already a winner by participating in the challenge. Because who knows, your solution and your idea, whether it makes the final list of winners or not, is still an idea worth to be pursued, to be completed, to be converted from the idea that you have into an innovation with impact. And that is again the opportunity. So I applaud every one of you who is participating in this hackathon, Smart Hackathon 2020. You are starting on something that is going to change your life. And you should use this opportunity to pursue that idea. You know, Abdul Kalam, that famous, the one of the most famous scientists that the world has seen, and one of the finest presidents that India has seen, he said, dream big and you'll achieve great things. Dream small and you'll be limited by your own dreams. So first and foremost, every one of you should dream big because you are capable of doing it. John F. Kennedy said, in 1960, when you didn't have internet, when you really didn't have technology, he said in 1960, we'll put a man on the moon. And people scoffed at him. They laughed at him. They said, how can anybody put a man on the moon? And he said, we'll put it in this decade. And again, people were disbelieving. But it galvanized the nation. It galvanized the youth. It galvanized the energy of the scientists and the researchers. And lo and behold, before the end of the decade, man was on the moon. That is the power of a dream. That's the power of aspiration. So every one of you should aspire to make an impact and to contribute to the world, to leave a ding in the universe, as Steve Jobs said. But aspiration is not enough. You need to solve problems. So you need to look at the world around you and see what are the problems that are begging for a solution. And there are many problems. You walk from your home to your office or your college, you walk to the nearest mall, you walk to the hospital, you go to the playground, you will see thousands of problems screaming for solutions. And why? Because we have technology which is changing the shape of the world. Technology is changing the way you are experiencing the world and the world is experiencing you. You are now able to leverage technology for creating solutions with impact. And that is again the opportunity. The Smart Hackathon again gives you an opportunity to look at the problems that you have and see how am I going to create a solution that will have an impact, which is having the possibility to scale and which can be sustainable. You see, every solution needs to be sustainable in the modern world. We don't want the problems of climate change to affect us just as this virus has affected us. And if you are wanting to do that, you need to inbuild in your innovation, in the problem that you solve, how am I going to also align myself with the sustainable development goals that the United Nations talks about? There are 17 sustainable development goals. Every innovation should be aligned with one or more of those SDGs. Then only it can do more good than harm. Technology for good, artificial intelligence for good, surveillance technologies for good, IoT for good. You have to see how my solution is not only going to create a positive impact in solving a problem, but is also sustainable in the future. And then comes out of this problem that you see and out of the solutions that you imagine, you have to be able to come up with an action plan of how am I going to convert this idea and this innovation into a solution. And that is where the role of the teachers, the mentors, your team, you're working with a team. Unless you work with a team, you will not be able to come up with great innovations. And that is why hackathons, by its very concept, have small teams, because not every one of us is brilliant in every part, every area that we indulge in. We may be good. I may be a good ideator, but there will be some other guy who is good financer and who has a commerce bent of mind. Someone else who brings the arts component into, every innovation is to be a work of art as much it is a work of science and engineering. There have to be people who are able to communicate well. You should be able to articulate your idea and your solution. Otherwise, nobody will understand what exactly you have done or the power of your innovation. You need people who are very good in HR, in being able to bring together that talent which is missing in your group. So it is all about teamwork. It is all about trust. Innovation is all about working together, collaborating together. And today we have technology and tools enabling all of that. Digital tools, digital technologies, augmented virtual reality, collaborative tools from Microsoft Teams, and so on and so forth, Adobe Creative Spark, all of these are ability for you to be able to harness. Access to tools, technology in today's world is creating great transformations across the country and across the world. Digital technology is enabling you to reach across to the remotest parts of our country, of the world. No longer are you restricted by distance. No longer are you restricted in your ability to market and distribute your product to any corner of the world. And that is how e-commerce is flourishing. And that is how the internet is changing the way you are experiencing the world and the way the world is experiencing you. And then you need to be fired with the energy and enthusiasm of an entrepreneur. You need this entrepreneurial mindset in you. Become an entrepreneur. This is your opportunity. Don't look for, even if you're looking for a good job, if you don't have an entrepreneurial mindset, you will not make any great impact in the organization that you're joining. So this aspiration to become an entrepreneur, to become an innovator is very important. And the hackathon fuels that entrepreneurship spirit, the fire. It ignites in you the need to become an entrepreneur. And remember, in this journey, you don't fail. The word fail, as Abdul Kalam said, is the first attempt in learning. In an entrepreneur's life, there is no failure at all. There is only success and there is learning. So you are already on a successful path. And in that path of success, you're going to have continuous learning. You see, an entrepreneur's journey is a journey of learning to learn. How do you learn to learn? How do you learn about new technologies? How do you learn about new methodologies? How do you learn about new problem solving capabilities? How do you learn to solve problems that are seemingly unsurmountable? But with the application of your ingenuity, of your mind, of your intelligence, and your talent, you'll be able to solve any problem in the world. And remember, any problem that you solve in India, for India, which is a solution for a 1.3 billion people of this country, is also a solution for the 7+ billion people on our planet. Because that is what India is going to do. We are going to position ourselves as a new India, a leader of frugal, advanced, innovative, affordable solutions. That is the crying need of the rest of the world. Solutions that will create an impact, not only to your own life, not only to the life of your family, but to the lives of the community and the lives of the people in the nation. And that is the wonderful opportunity that this Smart India Hackathon is unveiling to you. I congratulate the management, Wellinger School of Management, to have launched this hackathon, and that too in participation with the industry. Like I said, industry, government, academia, and NGOs, non-governmental organizations, have all to come together. We do that at Atal Innovation Mission in every one of our initiatives, whether it is the Atal Tinkering Labs at the school level, the Atal incubators at a university and institutional level, the Atal New India Challenges at an industry level, the Atal Community Innovation Centers at rural India, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and the unserved, underserved regions of our country, or in the Arise challenges that we are soon going to launch, which is applied research and innovation for small enterprises to stimulate Make in India innovations in the MSME industry. In every one of this, it is the collaboration with the industry, with other academia, with governmental authorities at a state and local level, and with non-governmental organizations that we can make these initiatives succeed. And therefore, I congratulate WE School for having launched on this Smart India Hackathon. And I'm sure every one of you young student who is participating is fired and inspired to be able to contribute not only to your own success, but to the happiness, progress, prosperity of the rest of the world. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to participate in the launch of this particular finale. And all the very best. God bless you and be safe.
Thank you so much, Ramananji. We now will move on to the vote of thanks for the inauguration ceremony. And for that, I would also request all the speakers to keep their video on, because a photograph of all the panelists will be taken during the vote of thanks. I invite Professor Dr. Pradeep Pense, Chief Technology Officer of V School, to kindly present the vote of thanks.
What a start to a great event. And thank you, Mr. Ramanathan, for giving such a fiery, I think, energetic speech and sort of highlighting all the issues in the country and the world. And also talking about the ecosystems which I think Atal Mission and others have created. And hopefully students take the point, and I think all the company dignitaries also spoke about invoking the entrepreneurial spirit. And hopefully I think SIH will achieve exactly that. And the last 4 years, we've been seeing successive teams doing a lot of that. I must also thank all the company representatives. I think Mr. Murali Krishna, Mr. Dhruv Singh, and Mr. Chandan Pramanik for again inspiring the students and guiding them. Some of them also spoke about some very interesting points like ask more questions, for example, and be practical in your solutions. I think those are points which students want to take away. I must also thank Sri S.K. Jain sir for being here, and he's always been a strong support for V-School as well as for the entire group of institutions that we have. We look forward to your support all the time, sir. We have Dr. Salunke, who's obviously, I mean, the person behind all of this and who's inspired us towards the design thinking area or the innovation or all the ecosystem that he has created and the multi-stakeholder belief that he has, which also Mr. Ramnathan echoed in his talk. I must also thank all our jury members, I think, who have come forward to support us both from the company side and external jury members who have been willing to part their time, because I think today, tomorrow is okay, but Monday is a working day for most of them, and they're willing to help us on doing the jury process. I should not forget to mention the Smart India Hackathon national team with the Ministry of MHRD. They've been extremely supportive, and the kind of training that they've given to our people and to all the nodal centers and to the students and mentors, it's been amazing. What systematic work they must be going behind the scenes is something which is worth learning from. I should certainly mention all the participants, and there are 35 teams at our nodal center, and each having about 6 students and mentors. Thanks for joining. Many of you have been able to attend the inaugural, but look forward to interacting with you the next 3 days. Have great fun, enjoy this hackathon, because the hackathon is as much about enjoyment as well as learning, and meet people, of course. Faculty and staff of V-School who have joined here, as well as on the YouTube channel, all the invitees, and our own SIH team led by Dr. Vaishali Patil, and you see Dr. Subodh and Sagar, who have been at the front end of all of this, and the IT team. Of course, nothing could have worked without this technology piece. Thanks so much. With that, let me formally declare this inaugural session at V-School closed, and thanks all of you for joining once again. Yeah. Good day, and yeah, enjoy SIH. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I now invite everyone to join the live Smart India Hackathon 2020 inauguration at the national level, which will begin now at 9 a.m. And it is going to be inaugurated by the Honorable Education Minister. And you can join through the YouTube channel of the MHRD Innovation Cell. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good day all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
And all the best. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.